Courtroom 2.
Go ahead, Superstar.
Number 11 was released.
Bonded out. Yep.
Thank you.
Let them know about the other one. One door.
Lawson, bonded out too.
That's 11.
That's it.
Let them. Yeah.
Okay. That's the only one?
That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and we are going to begin with our first appearance calendar for today, Saturday, March 21st, 2026. These are misdemeanor cases in which individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail, their cases have now been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County, who is the prosecutor in this matter. When I address your cases, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say about your case during this virtual proceeding that's being recorded and live streamed, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. When I address your cases, I will also let you know what is your new accusation number, the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel where required, and also to set a bond. Some of you may qualify for a signature release bond. Others may qualify for what we call a cash bond or a surety bond. A lot of these factors depend on the facts and circumstances surrounding your case, as well as to see if you have a history, criminal record history, and we will proceed from then. Okay, courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
Position 10, Mr. Larimore.
Is this the one reset from yesterday?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Trying to see. Okay. Did we set a bond already in that case, Ms. Strong?
Yes, ma'am. That was the one from yesterday. It looks like that was a $10,000 surety bond, Judge.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. McLeod, I believe that Mr. Larimore, who's already been advised of his rights, is aware that he's got a $10,000 surety bond in this matter, and he's got a surrender of his pretrial bond from his previous case. Do you have anything else to add before I reset it to April 2nd?
Yes, Your Honor. I represent Mr. Larimore in that earlier situation between himself and Miss Converson, and I have been in touch with him quite a bit. As a matter of fact, on the last occasion when she showed up at his home, I have some video which he shared with me of her, even though there is an order in place for her not to contact him any further. She actually showed up at his house. He was there with his mother. The police were called. I was on the phone. And some video was shared with me of her there trying to break his door down. So she is maybe the alleged victim, Your Honor, but she continues to come around him and his mother, and they have to keep calling the police on her. And I know this because I was actually on the phone with them the last time she showed up there. And she was actually locked up at that time. Again, Your Honor, she keeps doing this. She refuses to stay away from him. It's not that he's going around to where she is. She keeps coming to where he lives. You know, and I know this because, as I say, he's called me several times because she's shown up there. This is a very high bond, Your Honor, given what is going on between them. I thought she was still in jail, but my understanding is that she has been out, but she won't leave him alone. That's just the bottom line. So I'm asking the court to consider not surrendering this bond, Your Honor, because he has been trying to honor the terms. He's not been to her home or anything. It's her that keeps coming to his home.
All right.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
What was the name again? Tamika Corverson?
Miss Converson, Conversom, I believe is how it's spelled.
All right. Miss Westman, have your office been in touch with Miss Corverson?
I believe so. Sorry, this was reset, so I'm just looking through the notes. It yes, we have. Uh, they shared children, and the victim had stated co-parenting was going well. She wanted no further violent contact, and it does look like a stay away was not needed. I would say there's some serious open cases. It doesn't look like it's the same victim, but out of Fayette County, there's a child molestation charge. And it looks like there was an open battery, family violence, and a battery versus a female who was pregnant against the same victim from April of 2025. So I think that's probably why this was so high.
Yeah, I understand, but I do have some facts concerning everything you have alleged, including the matter in Fayette County. I've talked to my client about that. It was a situation where he was just somewhere. There were other people there with the alleged child molestation. You know, I don't want to go into it on here, but we did talk about that. And we anticipate that that case is going to be dismissed against him, that charge.
Is there a Miss Corverson on Zoom? All right. With regards to the battery, I'm going to amend it to 1,000, and the simple battery is 1,000. This is a $2,000 surety bond. We will have this as an amended bond order, and his next court date is April 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Claim
Still
conditions.
no contact with Miss Corverson, and if he wants, he can go obtain a protective order if he believes that she's trying to jeopardize his bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next case.
Position 4, Mr. Daniel.
Position 4. Mr. Reno Daniels is accused of battery family violence from March 19th of this year, case 26 CR 1859L. Mr. Daniels, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Mr. Lascala. Is this your client?
Judge, I do not represent Ms. Dominique Golden. She's a female.
Okay.
Thank you.
PDs, who is representing Mr. Daniel, or is this a conflict? Oh, nobody's.
Your Honor, if it's a conflict, I was not informed.
Ms. Browning, is this your client?
This is not my client. No, let me just check if this is my colleague's client.
And
Don't,
who would that be?
Mr. Bartels.
All right, Mr. Bartel is not on the Zoom yet. So
Oh,
Deputy, let's
Could we return to this case, Your
Yeah.
Honor? Thank you.
And if I may, there's a dual arrest here. It's so that might be one of the reasons. There's Reno Daniel as well, and they're both on the calendar. Reno Daniel and Monique Felton. Okay.
And Ms. Browning, is that your client?
No, Your Honor. I'm checking the list. I'm so sorry that Mr. Bartels sent me earlier.
Okay.
I
And
represent Ms. Felton.
Okay. Monique Felton, are you in the courtroom? Please come forward to the chair. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are a witness or a alleged victim or someone here in support of or against a defendant, we do not need an announcement that you are here. Just wait till we call you. Okay? Thank you. Deputy, do we have Monique Felton? Deputy Milton, well, you're in a different place today.
Yes, Monique Felton is at ACDC, Your Honor.
Okay. May we address one of Miss Browning's clients or
Who's your client, Miss Browning?
Your Honor, I have Mr. Jones Adamson, Miss Sharif, Mr. Smith, Mr. Snow is reset, and Mr. Tucker. Or Mr. Tucker.
all right?
Smith is coming up, position 13.
All right. And is Mr. Lascala's client also at ACDC?
No. Who's his client? I'm right.
Dominic something.
Right here.
Dominique Golden.
All right, we'll take her next then.
Thank you, Judge. And also her husband, the victim, Mr. Robert Golden, is on the Zoom.
Understood. All right, I'm sorry again. Courtroom 2, who do we have?
Position 13. Sid
13.
Smith.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Mr. Cedric Smith is accused of battery, family violence, criminal trespass, and cruelty in the third degree from February 18th of 2026. Accusation 26 CR 1862A. Mr. Smith, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Browning. Any priors?
Smith, 6 total on probation, cruelty to children, battery DV.
Mhm.
It's 24 SC 000074. He wanted out of the cab counter for hit and run. Got 2022 FTA, 2022 probation, and a 2022 battery NOLO. That's it.
Ms. Pope?
Yes, good afternoon. This
Mhm.
incident happened on February 18, 2026. Officers responded to 2524 MLK Drive regarding a domestic dispute. The victim, Shantarius Martin, who is the mother of Amara and Chosen Martin, who were both present during this incident, stated that the defendant entered her residence through an unlocked door without permission. He was not living there at that time. He attempted to access a bedroom to retrieve items. She was attempting to prevent him and ask him to leave the home. He grabbed her by her neck with his hands for approximately 2 to 3 seconds, lifted her up off the floor and slammed her on the ground, causing her to strike her leg on the sofa. She had pained her leg as well as red marks and scratches on her neck. After the altercation, he left with the children. And of note, the defendant and the victim are no longer together, and they did not live together at the time of this incident. There was a prior arrest or battery in 2022. He was initially charged with aggravated assault for choking this same victim. It was reduced, and he pled to a cruelty to children in the third degree. For this reason, on count 1, the battery family violence, the state is asking for a $5,000 surety bond. FFIP, no further violent contact with Shantarius Martin. Stay away from 2524 MLK Drive, and a third-party transfer of the children. He can contact her mother for the children, but asking that he not contact her. Count 2, the criminal trespass, $1,000 surety bond. Again, stay away from 2524 MLK Drive. Count 3, $5,000. I'm sorry, $500 surety bond through pretrial level 3. Count 4, $500 surety bond through pretrial level 2, and that's for a total of $8,000 split bond, $6,000 surety, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial.
Ms. Browning?
And Your Honor, on my calendar, I have 3 charges, but there were 4 warrants, so I just wanted to get some clarity there so that I can make sure that when bond is set is for all charges and he doesn't get held if there's some clerical issue.
There should have been 4. I filed down 4.
Battery, family violence, cruelty. Did y'all amend the, sorry. Battery, family violence, CT, and cruelty. Did y'all add another charge, Ms. Pope?
I did not. There was already 2 cruelties, one for each of the children, one for Chosen, one for Amara. Let me look and see.
It
I'm not
shows
sure
the
how-
cruelty. I'm sorry, Ms. Pope. It shows the cruelty in there, but it wasn't added. I'll add it now. You just have to add it to your calendar, Ms. Brown.
Okay.
Thank
so
you.
2 counts of cruelty. Okay.
Did you
Your Honor,
receive 4 well, let me just make sure that, did you receive 4 accusations from our office?
let me double check. I think I did. I'm trying to remember. It was earlier this
Just
morning
4.
when I looked, but I know that there were 4 warrants, and then I just saw 3 counts, and I believe. Just gonna.
What I sent over was 4.
You are correct, Ms. Browning. There are 4 charges. The one of the charges was inadvertently omitted from the accusation, so the clerk's office is adding back in. So your client has 4 charges against him.
All right. Well, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Smith is 24 years old. He was born and raised in Atlanta. He is a lifelong resident. All of his family's here, including his parents, children, siblings. As you heard, he has two children with the alleged victim. He has a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son, of whom he shares custody. He currently resides with his family, namely his father and his father's partner. He does live in Stockbridge. He's a high school graduate. He attended Life Christian Academy, and he's trained to work in the oil industry and as a forklift operator. Your Honor, this happened over a month ago, and he does maintain he's not guilty. He has messages on his phone from the date of the incident of her threatening to get him locked up and upset because he had moved on. He does have those, and he does look forward to proffering them when the time is appropriate. However, he also stated that his father is with him. My client does not drive. He does not have a vehicle. And so his father was with him and witnessed the incident. My client maintains that he did not go inside the residence. Additionally, he says that there are cameras in the residence. So had this actually occurred as described by Miss Martin, I believe that she would have shown the officers some video proof of such an incident. However, there's nothing in the warrants that mentions that. Additionally, in the month that has transpired since this is alleged to have occurred, he has seen his children regularly, and he even had them 2 days ago. And as I said, he does dispute the allegations and does look forward to proving that he is not guilty of the matters alleged. We are asking that his bond does not exceed 2,500 at this point. He does have a hold indicab that he does need to go address for a misdemeanor allegation.
All right. Is there Shantaria Martin or anyone here on behalf of Mr. Cedric Smith on Zoom? This will be the
Yes,
time to unmute and start your video.
yes, ma'am, I'm here.
You need to start your video.
It won't let me. Oh, okay, there you go.
All right, raise your right hand.
I'm not the victim. I'm his stepmom.
Would you like to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
He
raise your
he
right
keep
hand.
his.
Raise
Okay,
your.
I'm sorry.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
And what would you like to tell me?
He's a great dad. He keep his kids on this. From several instances, she been trying to get him arrested. He been going through the mama to see the kids, and the mama on one of these situations, the mama actually brought the
Your
kids
Honor,
to
I'm going to
him, and she
object
was
to,
trying to say that he kidnapped the
Your Honor, I'm
children.
going to object to any statements from other people about other incidents. We're here for this particular incident on February 18th, 2026.
Yes, we are, but we're considering bond at the present time, overruled. All right, Miss Smith, I don't need any of your opinions about the alleged victim. I just want you to know why he should be released on bond.
Man, he great to the community. He helped feed the hungry, everything. Like he's not a troubled kid, basically.
Okay, thank
And
you.
Your Honor, I do apologize. I forgot to include that on his phone. He does have messages from when he was coordinating with the alleged victim's mother, whom he had been using to arrange custody issues so that he had minimal contacts with Miss Martin additionally. So he does have text messages from that day discussing picking up the children and with
That's
her.
what I was. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't mean to overtalk you, but that's what I was trying to explain.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Hmm.
All right, thank you so much. On the battery family violence, that's going to be a $2,000 surety bond. On the criminal trespass, that's going to be a $2,500 signature bond. On the cruelty on each count, that's going to be $1,000, and that's going to be a signature bond. This is going to be a split bond, so that's going to be 4,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. And then it's a $2,000 surety on count 1. This is a $6,500 split bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Listen very carefully, Mr. Smith. If you, after you resolve your issue in on this bond and on the Cap County matter, you are to have no further contact with Shantaria Martin. None. You are to have no contact with the 2 children that you share with her. You need to file a legitimation case in the appropriate superior court. Have her served. Oh, do you already have one filed? Unmute, please.
Man, she had to unmute it. I was about to ask you, like, do y'all have paper like that I can go down there and get
As
legitimate?
soon as you're released, you can go to the Family Law Center in any superior court and get the appropriate paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to file a legitimation case with regards to the 2 minor children
Yes,
and
ma'am.
obtain a court order for a parenting plan. And of course, Miss Martin can then counter for child support and any other kind of maintenance.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
Yes.
this no contact with her and the children will only be in place until you get a court order from a superior court regarding parenting plan.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
next court date is going to be April 2nd. All right, this will be for a 6-month monitoring, during which time you need to complete 6 anger awareness classes. In addition to no contact with Ms. Martin, you are to stay 200 yards away from 2524 Martin Luther King Drive, or wherever she happens to be, or wherever she happens to work. If she initiates any contact with you, well, you have to do your darndest to make sure that you reject all contact, because the order regarding no contact is against you, not against her. Thank
So
you.
if she come around me, I file a complaint.
You shut the doors, lock the windows, and stay really quiet.
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, you said his next court date was, I believe, April 2nd. Will be transferred to DeKalb County, and I'm not sure exactly how long that will be. So when he checks in with pretrial, could we have some type of window for which he must comply upon release from DeKalb?
I think pretrial will monitor when he's released from
Oh.
DeKalb in order to make sure he doesn't violate the conditions.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
And
Next case.
additionally, Mr. Bartels was having technical issues. His computer is somewhat working now, so he's hoping to get on any minute.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Lascala's client is Dominic. What position was that?
7.
7, thank you. This is Dominic Golden, accused of battery family violence from March 19th of this year, case number 26 CR 1863C. Ms. Golden, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. Michael Lascala. Any priors?
Hey, let's prejudge for Smith as well.
Yeah,
This is a
got it.
first arrest though. For
Okay.
Golden.
Thank you. Ms. Wiseman, have you all come with a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. And did you just say that you didn't see any priors? Is that right?
No
see
prior convictions. Do you have an open case?
Yes, no, it's closed. The 2023 in Clayton County is simple assault under the First Offender Act,
Okay.
where it was a credit for time served. And that was
the recommendation for this one?
in this case, the recommendation would be a $2,000 surety bond, no further violent contact with Landon Brooks, no alcohol, drug, or weapons, no firearms, and a family violence intervention program.
Okay. Mr. Lascala, did you want Robert Golden to proceed first?
I'm so sorry. Who's Landon Brooks?
I'm sorry, were we doing Dominique Golden? Is that correct?
No, we're
Yes.
doing Dominic Golden, yes. I don't know who Landon Brooks either.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah,
Give
Robert
me
Golden
one
is the victim and the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have Dominique Golden as that's what I was looking up and I heard Golden. Who
All right. So what was no violent contact with Robert
Give me a
Golden?
I'm
Yeah, they
sorry.
got
I think we have a confusion here. What is the defendant's name here?
This is Dominic Golden, position number 7, case number 26 CR 001863C, accused of battery family violence. The alleged victim is Robert Golden. The location is River Overlook Drive.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Everything was correct except for the no further violence with Landon Brooks. I apologize. I'm not sure what happened there. But that's still the $2,000 surety bond, the no further violent contact, no alcohol, drugs, and weapons, no firearms, and FVIP.
All right, thank you. Again, Mr. LaScala, do you want Mr. Robert Golden to testify first if he wants to?
I don't represent Mr. Golden. I had been texting with him. I said he's certainly free to give a statement if he chooses to, but I agree with I think it's a reasonable recommendation from the state.
Okay. Mr. Robert Golden, did you want to chime in?
No.
Okay, then mute your screen, please. This is going to be a $2,000 surety bond. No violent contact with Robert Golden, which means that she can go back to the marital home. But she's not to engage in any physical or verbal altercations with Mr. Golden, which might get the law enforcement involved again. If that happens, she could lose her bond and be back in jail. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And it's highly recommended that she enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. I'm not ordering it, it's just recommended. Next court date will be April 2nd. Thank you.
That court date be in state court, or is that if she doesn't make bond?
It will be with the state court, state all-purpose hearing. It's a virtual proceeding. It starts at 9 o'clock.
Okay, but when an accusation, I know we're on the expedited accusation calendar. An accusation is going to be filed. Is that not going to go into the normal?
The accusations already filed. Before they were even booked in, they were already accused and bound over to state court. So completely skip the magistrate court level.
Okay, well, I'm just, do I have a judge at this point then? Or is it going
It's
to?
not, yes, it's assigned to Division C. I can't remember the judge's name.
Dixon.
Dixon.
Dixon,
Okay.
yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. Everybody have a good weekend.
You too, thank you. Okay, next case.
Next is position 2, Ms. Brown.
Keisha Brown is accused of battery and domestic violence and 2 counts of cruelty in the 3rd degree. March 20th, 2026 is the incident date. Accusation 26 CR 1856Y. Ms. Brown, you've been advised of your rights. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
I got first.
Okay. Ms. Pope, what's the recommendation?
Is that yours, Pam?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ms. Westman. Is it yours? Okay,
yes, it
go
is.
ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't believe Mr. Bartels is on yet. If we could just hold on this case.
Is this Mr. Bartels too?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm basically doing the latter half of the calendar, so Jones, Adamson, down.
I'm just curious, Ms. Westman, what is the bond recommendation for this case?
Your Honor, in this case, it is $4,000 based on battery family violence and 2 counts of cruelty to children.
And is it a surety or a signature bond?
Surety,
Surety,
Your Honor.
All right.
And it does look like Mr. Bartels just.
He is. As soon as he settles in, I'll let him chime in. Great. All right, Deputy, we will continue with Ms. Brown very shortly. Mr. Bartel needs to come in and settle into the courtroom too. Mr. Bartel, as soon as you get an opportunity, we'll let you chime in. So.
Okay, can you hear me okay, Judge?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, but
right,
go ahead and settle in. There's no rush.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I apologize. Thanks.
No worries. Okay, please mute your screen.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
Deputy,
you.
next case, and just we'll put Ms. Brown on deck.
Position 9, Mr. Jones Adamson.
Is that your client, Ms. Browning?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. Brandon Jones Adamson is case 26 CR 1864G. He's got 3 charges stemming from a traffic incident of March 19th, 2026. It's a failure to obey a traffic control device or sign, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. He's been advised of his rights. His attorney is Ms. Browning. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
11. Got an open obstruction, 2 counts, death by receiving. It's 25 PI 005 826. 2018 sale of marijuana, possession of drug-related objects, first offender. 2010 breaking and entering conviction. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Westman?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking for a $5,000 surety bond, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no firearms. In this case, as stated, the defendant ran a red light, and then he started to stop. Well, he did stop, and then he started fleeing and eluding, and he was not paying attention when the officer was asking him to stop, and they had to take him down. So that's the basis for this. In addition, the 9 priors. 2 were DUIs, so also driving. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Browning?
Your Honor, Mr. Jones Adamson is 32 years old. He's lived in Georgia for about 14 years. His family's all here, including his mother, his fiance, and his 2 children. He has been with his partner for the last 7 or 8 years. One of his sons is his stepson, but he's been in his life for the last 7, 8 years and does regard him as his own son. He also shares custody of a 9-year-old son from a previous relationship. He does reside with his family. He earned his associate's degree in occupational science and culinary arts and does work in that capacity. He currently works 3 jobs. For the last about year and a half, he's been working as a contract chef at Georgia Tech for a sorority where he's responsible for feeding 175 girls, whom he has become like a father figure to over that time. He also has been working as a butcher at Cut Steakhouse for the last about 5 months. And he additionally works as a chef in catering for Wedgwood Catering and has been in that capacity for the last 3 years. He has 0 failure superior honor. He has strong ties with community, and we're just asking for a signature bond through the jail. Otherwise, we're asking that bond does not exceed $1,000 as he does have his family to take care of, and he has missed a wedding that he was supposed to cater yesterday and one today, and is hopeful that he can make one that he has scheduled to cater tomorrow.
Okay. On the failure to obey a traffic control device, that's going to be a $500 surety bond. Fleeing and attempting to elude, that's going to be $2,500 surety bond, and willful obstructions, $500. This is a $3,500 surety bond. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. His next court date is April 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Browning, according to the warrant, he may have outstanding warrants in other jurisdictions. They don't show up on the jailing screen, but y'all might want to look into that.
Yes, correct, Your Honor. We did discuss it, and there's no hold or anything.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case.
Position 2, Ms. Brown.
All right. We're going to resume with Keisha Brown, who's accused of battery, family violence, and 2 counts of cruelty. Case is 26 CR 1856Y, and the state has recommended a $4,000 surety bond. This, I believe, is her first arrest. Mr. Bartel, you are her appointed counsel. Anything to add?
Well, good afternoon, Your Honor. Sorry I'm late. My computer just decided to die, so I'm making the best I can with my cell phone. I did speak with Ms. Brown. I also advised that this is her first arrest. She does dispute the allegations. She does indicate that her children were not in the same room when the verbal argument happened with the alleged victim, Mr. Lovell. She is asking for no further violent contact, Judge. She has 2 children that Mr. Lovell helps care for, particularly one son who has multiple disabilities. And she said Mr. Lovell is very involved with his care. She works full-time as a server at First Watch Restaurant, I'm advised. And she's also in school learning how to be a hairstylist and massage therapist. She has lived in the Atlanta area for over 2 years. Again, she has 2 kids. And given that all of that and that it's her first arrest, we would ask that she be able to sign her own bond in this case.
Mr. Anis Lovell, if you want to chime in, this is the time to do so. Anis Lovell. All right, thank you. On the battery, family violence, that's going to be 2,000, and each count of the cruelty matter is 750. This is a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. Ms. Strong, this will be for a 12-month monitoring. No further violent contact with Anis Lobel. She may return to the Fenwick Place in Sandy Springs. Within 30 days of being released, she will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. This is a 24-week program where she will attend and complete all the classes at her expense. Please report to pretrial once a month. Failure to report or failure to violate any of the conditions of your bond can result in a bond surrender. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next is position 1 at ACDC, Ms. Barber.
And I believe that's a conflict case, Your Honor.
Yeah, Ms. McLeod is here. I think, who did I? Ms. McLeod, did you speak to Ms. Barber?
Yes, Your Honor, I just spoke with her.
This is from yesterday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think I asked Ms. McLeod. Okay. This is Ashanti Barber, case 26 CR 1828A, accused of battery from a March 18th, 2026 incident. Case number is 26 CR 1828A. Ms. Barber, you've been advised of your rights. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
I'm not sure. It wasn't on my pull sheet.
Um,
If the state don't have it, we got to
do
come
you
back.
have
I
it
have to go
from
pull it.
yesterday?
I didn't work yesterday.
Oh, yeah, with Miss Hardy. Okay, Ms. Westman, do you have a GCIC? I didn't get it from the calendar yesterday.
I can look it up. I was just informed of this also being on the sheet right before. So I do see in the notes that there are 3 prior cycles. I can pull them up. And I also see that the bond was already set at 2,500. Surety yesterday, I believe.
There's a prior criminal trespass arrest, June 4th, 2025. The second cycle is a battery arrest and a willful obstruction arrest, October 2nd, 2025, and then the arrest on March 18th, 2026.
Yeah, and that was where I set a 2,500. Was it 2,000? I thought it was 22,000, but my 0 could be a 5 too. Anyway, bond was set yesterday, and I had to appoint her to conflict counsel, Ms. McLeod. Ms. McLeod, after discussing this matter with your client, anything else to add?
Yes, Your Honor, she tells me that she was the victim of a pretty significant crime, a felony crime. She tells me that she was kidnapped, and she believes that the alleged victim of this battery was somehow connected. She's friendly with one of the alleged kidnappers, Your Honor. And this person had come to taunt her about the incident and was the one who approached her. And this is how they got into a confrontation. She is not employed, Your Honor. So I'm asking the court to consider a signature bond for her since she has no significant criminal history. If she doesn't get a signature bond, she's going to be just sitting in jail. Just based on what she tells me about what happened to her, Your Honor, I understand why she was upset when this person tried to engage with her.
Your Honor, if I may, the officers did look at video in this
Yeah,
instance.
I've read the warrant.
Okay.
Miss McLeod, I understand your client's version of the narrative. Unfortunately, I have a very different narrative in the warrant. I'm going to keep the same bond. This is her 3rd arrest in less than 12 months. You're just Fulton County alone. And I'm going to maintain the same no contact with Ashley Pullen and to stay
Know
away
her, Your
from,
Honor.
yeah, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And I think that is, was it at a store? No, I think she
I have
came
not
back.
seen the warrant, Your Honor.
Yeah, so she came back to 2048 Stanton Road, and she's required to stay away from that location. All right.
I believe it's a sit-go, if I'm
Was
not.
it a sit-go? Okay. 'Cause, Yes, 2048 Stanton Road. It's the Citgo gas station. Yeah. All right, thank you.
What was the bond amount, Your Honor?
2,500. It remains the same. Her next court date is April 2nd.
Okay, next is position 16, Miss Tucker.
Lacera Tucker is accused of simple assault family violence, and her case number is 26 CR 1855E. The incident is from March 20th of this year. You've been advised of your rights, and any priors, Mr. Howard?
Or last I think was 01 insurance false proof no law. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Pope?
Yes, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, 8 hours anger management, no further violent contact with Xavier Tucker.
Any objection?
Yes, Your Honor. I would object to her having to do anger management at this point. I believe her.
It's anger awareness classes, and they are through pretrial, and they don't cost anything.
All right, then, Your Honor, no objection. Thank you.
All right. 1,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1, and no violent contact with Xavier Tucker, which means, Miss Tucker, that you can communicate with Mr. Tucker if you want to, but there cannot be any physical or verbal altercations that would involve law enforcement. Otherwise, your bond will be surrendered. While you report to pretrial once a month, you'll be required to complete 8 anger awareness classes with pretrial services, and you must make sure you complete all your classes within 180 days of being released. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Next is position 5, Monique Belton, ACDC.
Position 5, Monique Felton's case is 26 CR 1860B, accused of battery, family violence from March 19th, 2026. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. McLeod.
Your Honor, she's actually a cross defendant, I believe, with number 4, Mr. Daniel. They're cross defendant. I don't know if the court wanted to do them both at the same time.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I had a bunch of cases that were reset for conflict from yesterday, so I want to make sure this was not one of them. No, I don't think she was.
Okay, I don't believe it is, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So we have Miss Felton, who is at ACDC. And let me just find out. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
11.
11
On
cycles?
probation out of car theft by taking 2025 failure to appear. I don't recall seeing any violence.
Okay.
That's it.
And courtroom 2, who was the cross defendant, Mr. Bartel?
Position
Ray
4.
Daniels,
Position
Your Honor.
4. Okay.
Yeah, that's Mr. Felton. I'm sorry, Mr. Daniel, Your Honor,
Yeah.
number 4.
Reno Daniel, and his charge is battery, family violence from March 19th, 2026. Case 26 CR 1859L.
Yeah, I have spoken with Mr. Daniel, Your Honor. He did indicate that this is the first time that any sort of altercation has occurred. He's asking for no further violent contact. He does not wish to see Ms. Felton prosecuted for this. And Mr. Daniel works full time in cleaning with Home Shelf Company. He was born in Atlanta. He has lived here all of his life, and his mother and brothers live in this area as well. So I don't have his pretrial report, so I would just hold off on making a request on bond. But those are the factors.
And what about his pretrial report, Mr. Howard?
17.
Mm-hmm.
He got an open case out of Superior Court. It's 25 PI 005590. Sale of marijuana, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2, and fleeing an officer. I got another case, 25 PI 005591. robbery by sudden snatching, and simple battery.
He
That's it.
was just released in July. Okay.
So
Miss.
we would ask, I'm sorry, we would ask for a $1,500 surety bond then.
Okay. Miss Westman?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did also see an arrest in 2015 for battery, family violence, and cruelty to children. Nothing happened with that. He pled to possession of a firearm and some felony drugs. So this isn't the first time, at least, he's been accused of battery, family violence. It does seem like he's got quite a few priors for the open case, which is, robbery and the simple battery and things like that. I don't see any FTAs. The defendants do share a child. And again, it was a dual arrest. In this case, the officer was dispatched because of a fight between the couple. They tried to make contact at the door, and eventually they went to the backyard where Mr. Daniel, they could hear him in an active fight. And so they went back there. They found with Mr. Daniel visible injuries, including a laceration to his nose, a swollen lip. Then he was brought to the front to provide a statement. And he said that he came to the residence, although they say he lives there, but he came to the residence to visit his child when he and Miss Felton had an argument. He said he was off work, tired, didn't want to argue. Then the front door opened and Miss Felton came out.
Oh, I've read the warrant.
Oh, okay. All
just
right.
wondering what you recommend for both of them.
For both of them. In both cases, let me just double check if I did the same. Yes, I would like to do a $2,000 surety bond. And I'm sorry, I'm just getting back to his. I apologize. No further violent contact with each other. If they would like contact, it sounds like they do, and they share a child. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no firearms, and FFIP for both of them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. McLeod, on Monique Felton is going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. No further contact with Reno Daniel. She's to stay 200 yards away from him and not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. I'll allow for third-party transfer of the minor child that they share, which means that a third person must get involved to pick up and drop off the child based on a coordinated parenting plan. Okay?
Johnson, put your hand.
What? I'm sorry, Ms. McLeod?
No, I was telling my client to put her hand down, you know.
Okay. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons and firearms. And Ms. Felton, while you are looking after your child and making sure that you resolve this case amicably with the state, you will complete a domestic violence intervention program. This is a 24-week program. It's 24 weeks of classes that you must enroll within 30 days and complete all of them. So therefore, this will be a 12-month monitoring in order to make sure that you complete all your classes.
Your Honor, may I say something on my client's behalf? Because I never really said anything about her. I also read the warrant, Your Honor, and I spoke with my client. Neither herself or Mr. Daniel called the police to their home, and they really did not want the police to get involved. They were having an argument, and I think that is established. But what she tells me is that she has not been employed for over 3 years, and essentially he takes care of her financially. She doesn't work. I think she probably isn't able to and has not worked for more than 3 years. So she is not in a position to pay for classes, Your Honor, and she really does want to have contact with him because they share this child, and it's going to be an extreme hardship for her if she's unable to have contact with him because he is her support.
I have allowed for third-party transfer of the child. I have read this warrant. This is not a situation where two people were just yelling at each other, Ms. McLeod. The allegations are a lot more serious than just simply yelling at each other. I am going to order her to do the 24-week program. and she will need to figure out the financing to do this. Simple as that. Once individuals get into an altercation and the police get involved, then it becomes the court's business. It's no longer their own private business. Thank you. If she doesn't want to do the signature bond, if she doesn't want to do the classes, the bond will be a $2,500 surety. So, Ms. McLeod, you tell me what your client wants to do. Please unmute ACDC. Do you want to pay for your bond, Ms. Felton?
May I have a chance to speak, Your Honor?
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of the case, your statements can and will be used against you. I am requiring you to have no contact with Mr. Reno. You need to finish these classes. And if you want Mr. Reno to see the children or the child, you will have to do it through a third party.
Yes, I would like to make a statement. I do understand that it can be held against me in future.
Go ahead.
Okay. Right now, I am currently being treated for cervical cancer. And Mr. Daniels is my primary financial support and has been for a number of years. He pays all of the bills and takes care of our child financially. We usually don't get into anything. This particular time, we end up bumping each other. But this incident is actually a party to a separate incident with a neighbor. The person who called the police has been actually stalking and harassing me. And I have made reports to the East Point Police about this.
Oh, it involves a third party.
The third party that called the police on us. He's been hyper vigilant and listening.
Okay, that wasn't mentioned in the warrant.
His name is Andrew. Yes, and he's
Yes, I was saying that neither of them had called the police.
Understood. I don't care if the neighbor called or somebody else called. I am just looking at the allegations of what the officer observed of Mr. Reno and Miss Felton. And Miss Felton, I appreciate your medical condition, but until this case is resolved, you are to have no contact with him. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With regards to Reno Daniel, Miss, who was his attorney? Was it Miss Browning or?
Mr. Bartels, Your Honor.
Mr. Bartel,
That's
yes.
my case,
right.
Your Honor.
Okay, yes. Mr. Bartel, your bond is going to be set at 2,000. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Miss Monique Felton. I'll allow for third-party transfer of the children. Your next court date is April 2nd. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Next is position number 6, Mr. Foster. Have a stunning second row.
Patrick Lee Foster is accused of battery family violence from March 20th, 2026, case 26CR 1861K. Mr. Foster, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. Bartel. And Mr. Howard, any priors?
I got first.
Okay. Do you agree, Ms. Westman?
I do agree.
All right. And the recommendation?
The recommendation in this case is a $2,000 signature bond, no further contact with Amari Walker, a stay away from Amari Walker's dorm room at Morehouse College, 830 Westview Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314. That's Dubois Hall, 410. No alcohol, drugs, no firearms, and FFIP class.
I was curious, why is this a family violence matter?
They were living together. They've in his dorm room since
in the same
January.
dorm room? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Bartel?
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Foster. As the court is aware, this is his first arrest. We are asking for a signature bond. He indicates that he is not going to have any contacts with Mr. Walker. So no further contact order would not be an issue. I am advised that he believes the Morehouse police do have his phone and maybe some other property. So he's not a student there, but we would ask that he be able to return to that property or to the Morehouse property one time to get his belongings. I am advised that he works full time at the Target on Moreland Avenue. He's been in Georgia for approximately 5 years, Judge, and that his mother and siblings and extended family all live in the Atlanta area. So we would ask for a signature bond, and I would submit that FVIP, given his lack of history and the fact that he's going to have no contact with Mr. Walker, that would not be indicated at this point. Nothing further from defense.
From what I understand, are you saying that he plans to vacate the dorm housing, and does he plan to continue taking classes at Morehouse if he's a student?
He does not, Your Honor.
Okay, so he can stay away from Morehouse as well.
Correct. That's what I'm advised.
Okay. On the battery family violence, that's going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Amari Walker, to stay away from the dorm housing in question, to stay away from the Morehouse College campus. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. He's allowed a one-time visit to the dorm housing of the Morehouse. I don't know where security is. To approach security, he must make that visit in the company of a law enforcement officer to retrieve his belongings, whether it's directly from security or whether it's directly from the apartment or dorm housing that he used to. In either event, he must be in the company of a law enforcement officer. No illegal drugs and no weapons and no firearms. His next court date will be sent to his new address. So within 30 days of being released, he must update the court with his new mailing and residential address. While he is on pretrial services for the next 6 months, he will complete 6 anger awareness classes, and they must be completed within 180 days of being released. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Next is position 6. I'm sorry, position 8. Miss Jones.
Siriana Jones is accused of simple battery family violence from November 30th of last year, 26 CR 1866E. You've been advised of your rights, and any priors, Mr. Howard?
Second adult. I got a 2025 driving without a valid license. NOLO. That's it.
Miss Pope or is it Mr. Valadares? Yes, sir. What's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state recommends a $1,500 surety bond, FVIP, no further contact with the victim, Devontae Sullivan. Stay away from the incident location, 645 Lanier Street, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Okay. And was it Mr. Bartel? Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. That's my case. It appears that for her history, this is just the second arrest, except for that that traffic charge that was mentioned. I am advised that she actually has a TPO against the alleged victim, Mr. Sullivan. The date of the alleged offense was last year, it's November 30th. And she indicates to me that she has a history of being victimized by him. That's why she obtained the TPO. And she indicates that since this date in question, she has had no contact with him and does not want any contact. I'm advised that she was born in Atlanta, has lived here all of her life, and has extended family in the area. She's also employed. She has a job at Ollie's Braiding, doing hair and braids. So given all that, we would ask the court for a signature bond.
Yeah, let me correct the criminal history because there are 2 other arrests. There's an arrest for criminal damage to property.
As an adult?
They're on her adult criminal history. It's armed robbery and criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. I don't know. I don't see a date, but I see them on her GCIC. One was February 19, 2021, a felony criminal damage in the second. And the second one was March 28, 2022, Oh, it does say juvenile, but it was an armed robbery. They were both fingerprintable offenses.
Yeah, those are both juvenile cases.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And Mr. Bartel, you do understand she's got a hold as well by the Department of Juvenile Justice.
That's correct. She advised me that that should have been cleared up, but that'll have to play itself out. I'm aware of the hold.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
On the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. No further contact with Devontae Sullivan. And stay away from 345 Lanier Street in Northwest Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And she does post bond, then the DOJJ will come pick her up.
And Your Honor, if I may just correct the record, I believe it was 645 Lanier Street.
It was what? I'm sorry.
Oh, 345 Lanier Street. Was that correct?
645, I believe.
Oh, it's 645. Okay,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just reading it off the warrant. So you're saying the address?
It's possible that I'm wrong. My apologies.
The warrant gives two different numbers.
Okay, that really doesn't help.
Yeah, they can't decide which address it was. So.
Okay.
Which address would the state like me to keep her away from?
I have here 645.
Let's go with 645. Okay. And Devontae Sullivan, if you want to unmute and start your video. All right, he's got his hand raised.
Yes, hello.
Need to start your video.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. Oops.
Okay,
Yes.
lower the hand signal that you put up.
Yep, sorry. It is actually 345 Lanier Street, Northwest.
Okay.
Yes. And also me being actually the current courtesy officer in that area. And also I have several other contracts throughout the city for different complexes and hotels. So that she's also aware of. So yes.
All right. I'm just going to leave it at that. To have no contact with Devontae Sullivan, which means she has to stay 200 yards away from you from wherever you're located. And she's required to stay away from 345. Let's just finally pin Miss Strong. I don't know whether you keep whiting out that number, but it's 345 Lanier Street, Northwest Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Next
Okay,
court
thank
date is
you, Judge.
April 2nd.
Next is position 12, Ms. Sharif.
This is Jadeja Sharif, accused of battery family violence from March 20th of this year, case 26 CR 18658. Ms. Sharif, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Browning. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
10.
We can't
10.
hear you.
Can you hear
10
me now?
cycles. Okay.
Yeah. You got an open DUI, driving under the influence with a child, suspended license, possession of drug-related objects, on probation for dangerous drugs, 25 SC 000128. 2025 failed to appear. That's it.
Mr. Valadares?
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident was in relation to on March 20th of 2026. Officers responded to a fight at 1059 Oglethorpe Avenue. When they arrived, they found the victim standing next to the defendant, who was on the ground shaking, stating she was having a seizure. She was over at the defendant's place because she wanted her keys to her car, which is in the defendant's name, but the victim, or excuse me, in the victim's name. The defendant claims to have paid for it. Her and the defendant started arguing, and according to the defendant, she started faking a seizure. He began to hold her down so she didn't hurt herself. And while he was trying to restrain her, she bit his ear and scratched him. And the officer noted that he had blood and scratch marks. And when Grady came on scene, they informed the officers that they believed the seizure was faked based on their evaluation. And Your Honor, I have here that there was a failure to appear on March 11th of 2026. And based on that, Your Honor, the state is concerned with her willingness to not show up to court proceedings. And additionally, given the nature of the charge, the state finds that she might intimidate or compel the victim to act in a certain way. The facts reveal that she faked a seizure in an effort to manipulate the victim and get her way, even injuring him in the process. And as Your Honor knows, in a domestic situation such as this one, there is concern that she may go back to the defendant and be a danger to his safety. And Your Honor, based on those facts, the state would recommend a $2,500 surety bond, FVIP, no further contact with the victim, Wesley Jackson, stay away from 1059 Oglethorpe Avenue, and no drugs, weapon, or alcohol while on bond.
Ms. Browning?
Yes, Your Honor. So first, I believe I heard Mr. Valadares say that the defendant said that she was faking the seizure.
No, it was an alleged
Right.
evaluation by Grady.
Right. And so, Your Honor, just to that point, I did some cursory research. Of course, I'm not a medical professional, but it does seem it's difficult to determine whether someone is allegedly faking a seizure. It does require extensive tests and extensive medical training. Additionally, Miss Sharif does have a documented history of epilepsy. She's had it lifelong. And when she was taken from this incident to Grady, they did give her her prescription for Keppra, which is a seizure disorder medication. So I do find it bizarre, to say the least, that they're claiming that it was a faked seizure, and additionally that the alleged victim was claiming it was a fake seizure, but then at the same time he's claiming he restrained her in order to prevent her from hurting herself during a seizure. So I do find that information to be a bit of a contradiction. And as I did say, she was given by Grady her Keppra, which has been prescribed for a long time, and I don't have access to the Grady information, but I'm sure the jail has it on hand because she was released to the jail. But back to Miss. Oh, I'm sorry, were you going to ask something, Your Honor?
No, I was just saying I'm just reading the warrant. That's all.
Okay. All right. So Miss Sharif is 40 years old. She is no longer in a relationship with the alleged victim here. She's currently married and does live with her husband and kids at a different address. She lives on Stanton Road. She no longer lives at the Oglethorpe address as she has been separated from her children's father for quite a while at this point. She does have 5 children and one on the way. She is actually 4 months pregnant at this time, Your Honor. And she is, she's a high school graduate. She's currently unemployed. She's not been able to secure employment since she gave birth to her last child about 3 years ago. As stated, she does suffer from epilepsy and she has arthritis. She does dispute the allegations, and I do believe that there are some interesting contradictions here. As I said, on one hand, he's claiming he restrained her so she wouldn't hurt herself, but then he's also claiming that she was faking it, which does not make sense to me. And we are asking that she is released on a signature bond through the jail as she is unable to make money due to the fact that she's pregnant. She has her children to take care of. If you're not inclined to order a signature bond, then we are asking that her bond does not exceed $1,000.
She's got an open felony case and a recent FTA. Under the law, she doesn't qualify for a signature bond. A bond is going to be set at $2,000. It is a surety bond. No contact with Wesley Jackson, and she is to stay away from 1059 Oglethorpe Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. If she believes that Mr. Jackson is improperly retaining some kind of vehicle of hers, she can file a civil claim for the fair market value of the property, but she cannot go there and try to obtain the item. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, no weapons, and no firearms. And her next court date is April 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position 15, Ms. Stevens.
Alicia Stevens is accused of battery from March 18th of this year, case 26 CR 1858C. Ms. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors?
2017 battery DV dismissed. 2012 DC simple battery conviction. That's it.
And that was in DC?
Disorderly conduct, simple battery conviction.
Okay. Ms. Pope?
$2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2, 8-hour anger management or awareness, no further contact with Atisha Lowe. It was a dual arrest. Only Miss Lowe has not been arrested yet.
Okay.
The dual
Any
charge.
objection, Ms. McLeod?
Well, Your Honor, I was hoping it would be at level 1. She really has no significant history. And this is a situation where two mothers sort of a little, I guess they had been drinking a little bit and were just bragging about their daughters. And
I meant to say no alcohol as well. Thank you, Miss
you know,
McLeod, for reminding me of that.
All right, level 1, thank you.
Yes,
2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1, which means she reports to pretrial services once a month. She will be subject to random screens for the next 6 months. So she's not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and not own and possess any firearms. She will complete 8 anger awareness classes within 180 days of being released. No contact with Letitia Lowe. Next court date will be sent to her current address.
Thank you, Honor. And that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. McLeod. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Judge, you said within 180 days of being
Yeah, so she's subject to 6 months of monitoring with pretrial, so she needs to complete all her AA classes, anger awareness classes. Debbie Milton and ACDC, do we have anyone else?
Yes.
Miss Jones wanted to ask you a question, Judge.
Miss Jones. Which Jones? Position
Siriana
9?
Jones?
That's Siriana Jones, I think.
I have, oh, okay.
Yeah, number 8. That may be her, Judge.
All right. Well, Mr. Bartel, what are we doing with her again?
I don't know. ACDC said she had a question. It was just my case. I don't know what her question is.
What is your question about Miss Siriana Jones? Speak up. You need to speak up. The mic's not very good.
Okay, so I'm 19, right? And at the time I'm trying to move and stuff, and I only have money put up for me to move inside my apartment, basically.
I don't understand the question.
This is my first time getting, you know what I'm saying, arrested for something like this. Like I did have a traffic ticket, and they didn't give me no bond.
You qualify for a $1,000 surety bond, and you also have a Department of Juvenile Justice hold. And you have open felony charges against you.
I don't have a hold with my juvenile department.
All right. It shows right now there is. Your attorney will contact DOJJ and clarify the hold.
Yes, I will call about that, Ms. Jones.
Anything else? All right, we are done then. Deputy Milton, did you have any other issues? Do we have any waivers?
Well, Your Honor, I think Ms. Golden, that would be my case, Dominique Golden.
No, that was Michael Escalas.
Oh, Mr.
Private
Okay, all right.
counsel.
So I take that back. Yeah, nothing else at ACDC for me, Your Honor.
Okay. ACDC, we good? Thank you. Ashanti Barber, position number 1 was a $2,500 surety bond, reset April 2nd. Position 2, Keisha Brown, is a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1, monitoring for 12 months with an FBIP. Position 3, Chad Clower.
Yeah, Your Honor, that's my case. I did speak with him over the deputy's cell phone. He is in medical right now. He's being monitored because of a physical problem that he has. He did waive his presence. I emailed a copy of that waiver, and we would just ask for a $500 good bond on that charge.
All right, Mr. Clover's case is 26 CR 1857J, accused of criminal trespass from March 19th of this year. A waiver of his presence. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
12 total. He's a resident of Ohio. I saw 05 probation as
Okay.
the last. That's
Any
it.
objection to a 500 surety bond, Ms. Pope? Oh,
It's-
Ms.
pulling it up
Westman, I
now.
wasn't sure who was chiming in. Go ahead.
It was me, and I had requested a $1,000 surety bond. That's what I was going to ask for.
And what was the stay away? I'm sorry.
Stay away from Comfort Inn, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And I was potentially a social worker visit based on the reoffense.
Okay. This is going to be a $75 cash bond. Stay away from the Comfort Inn in question. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And he's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer if he has personal belongings there. But his next court date is April 2nd.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Reno Daniels, a 2,000 surety bond, reset April 2nd. Monique Felton's a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2 with an FVIP requirement, so that's a 12-month monitoring. Position 6, Foster, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 7, Golden, is a $2,000 surety bond, reset April 2nd. 8, Siriana Jones is a $1,000 surety bond, reset April 2nd, subject to a hold. Position 9, Jones Adamson, is a, I think it was 3,500 surety bond, reset April 2nd. Position 10, Larimore, is a 2,000 surety bond, reset April 2nd. Keeping in mind that he's got another case in which his bond has been surrendered. Position 11, Lashad Lawson.
Showed as a bonded out already.
All right, so he's released. The case is further notice, jail jury. I mean, not further notice. Position 12, Sharif, is a $2,000 surety bond, reset April 2nd. Position 13, Cedric Smith, and that is a, I wrote it down somewhere, so easy for me to see, but obviously 4,500, so it was 6,500 split bond, out of which 2,000 is a surety, 4,500 is a signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 14, Darius Snow, this was a reset from yesterday. Is this a medical reset?
Behavioral reset, Your Honor.
Okay, behavior reset. So this will be reset to Monday, the 23rd at 2 p.m. This is not a Riverside issue due to alleged behavior issues. Alicia Stevens, position 15 is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. And 16, Tucker, is a $1,000 signature bond through level 1, 8 anger awareness cases. Any changes or corrections or questions?
Judge, what was the, can you give me the conditions on Mr. Foster again, position number 6?
No further contact with Amari Walker. Stay away from the dormitory housing of Morehouse College and stay away from Morehouse College campus. He's allowed a one-time visit to the security in order to retrieve his belongings in the company of a police officer. He's to complete 6 anger awareness classes and report to pretrial level 1. Okay, any other questions? All right, folks, enjoy your weekend. I don't know if it's the first or second day of spring, but enjoy it. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.